Welcome back to America's Retirement Headquarters, the home of the Retirement Guys formula and America's Medicare Associates with Nolan Baker and Dave Ross. 419-794-3030 is the phone number. It's 419-794-3030, and the website is arhq.com. How many times have you heard the phrase, you only live once? Apparently that mindset, which regained some prominence during the pandemic, is driving more Americans than ever to make their retirement target age 62. Maybe that's why a recent survey by the Federal Reserve found that only 46% of people plan to work past 62. So if someone comes in with that mindset, they're married to the idea of retiring before 62 or at 62, what should they know?
Well, when you look at the word "you only live once," or YOLO, I think as the kids say it nowadays, the first thing I would say, caution, right? I think back in my younger days when I heard somebody say "you only live once," not every time good things happened after that. People made some poor decisions, and
Yeah.
in this particular case, you're talking about people making the decision to retire early. Being a numbers nerd, I would say yes, you do want to get up every single day and make the most of every day possible. And you want to be in a position to be able to retire early, but you also have to think that this retirement needs to last the rest of your lifetime. So if you got together with somebody before you retired and you found out that maybe you need to work another year or two, or maybe your withdrawal rate wasn't what you thought it was, it's so much better than YOLO and you only live once and come in and meeting with a professional after you're already retired. One of the things that we're going to do for you is we're going to help you figure out how much money is needed to retire early. We can actually break it down to you in an actual dollar figure. So if you're wondering, do I have enough? We can help you answer that question. And here's how we're going to do it is we're going to put together the Retirement Team Action Plan. And what that retirement team action plan is it's going to go over your taxes, your estate planning, your asset protection, and your money management. What we're going to do is we're going to take those numbers and we're going to stress test the probability of success. We're going to look at 3,000 possible combinations of scenarios that could happen. Like, what if healthcare costs go up? What if tax rates go up? What if Social Security decreases by 20%? What if the market crashes next year? And what we're looking for is we're looking for the probability of success to be over 90%. And if it's not over 90%, what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation about, what are the steps to take to get it to be over 90%. That could be working longer, but it could be, reallocating your investments to make them work a little bit harder. In this scenario, if you're like a lot of the people that plan on retiring at the age of 62, you need to understand that healthcare costs pre-65 can be much more expensive without proper planning. So if you are going to retire early, you want to get together with somebody who understands how to navigate the cost of affordable health care because it's an income, not an asset test. The third category is you want to understand what is considered to be safe withdrawal rates. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I encourage you to go over there. Just type in America's Retirement Headquarters on YouTube. We've got some great articles that talk about safe withdrawal rates or talking about, how to retire early. I know recently it's been one of our most popular topics. So there's a lot of people, I think, with summer coming here looking to retire early. But at the end of the day, if there's one thing that you're going to want to do, if you're going to want to retire early and or in the next year, invest a little bit of time early into getting that retirement team action plan. If you call the office, we can do the retirement team action plan and kind of put that together. That's probably a common question you get for folks as well as they're asking you, Dave, about, how much money do I need to retire early or how do I put it all together? When you give them advice and walk them through that process, what's that look like?
Well, the thing I would try to emphasize is that with people that come in to visit with me, I want to give them an impartial, non-judgmental number that they can count on. And you know what? If they can live with that number, then they might be in pretty good shape. But if they don't, if they say, oh, I don't know if I can make that happen, then you have to look at things like, should you increase your savings rate? Should you work a little bit longer? Should you look to save on your health care in a responsible way where you're not putting more stress on what could happen financially if you have a health condition where you're not going to have coverage. So being able to come up with a number that they can count on, that's number one. And then it's just kind of how you react to it as an advisor, and then give them advice that is meaningful to help their current situation and how to improve it.
Rather than going through the working world and into retirement with the mindset of you only live once, I think perhaps a better mindset for a lot of people is you only retire once. That is the goal. You're only going to retire once for the first time, certainly. Why not turn to a team that has a combined 75 plus years of experience getting people to, through, and beyond retirement? Find out what that is. Maybe not necessarily be married to that number of 62 is when I'm going to retire, but to know when it is going to be a retirement that you get to enjoy and hopefully or avoid unretiring. Maybe that is involve working a little longer. Maybe that does involve putting a little bit more work or sweat equity into it. Maybe you find out that your numbers are okay and you can go ahead and retire as soon as possible, or at 62 when you do plan, but you don't know until you sit down and you speak with a team like the team at America's Retirement Headquarters. Here's how you get started. 419-794-3030 is the phone number, or you can go to the website and schedule a time there at arhq.com.